This is gonna be a very weird video, like get back of what happened in Paris, timeline and the time frame on everything that happened. Bonjour everyone, this is gonna be a very weird video, but I want to explain you what happened. We are in my bedroom, I'm in Italy. The weekend finished and I try to like get back of what happened in Paris, so I'm gonna explain you basically the timeline and the time frame on everything that happened. I will not be able to share too many information because obviously there is an enquête. So I arrived in Paris because I had two jobs, okay? So I arrived, it was 2 in the afternoon. Ricardo was already at the Festival de Cannes because he was working there. And I know he had a super busy day. So we were barely texting, like usually we talk a lot, but I know he was super busy. So we were just like, hey, I'm here, hey, I'm there, hey, I did well, blah, blah, blah. So I arrived, the kids were in Italy because I basically was going to Paris. I had two events at the night and then I was going to Cannes and going back the same night. So the kids were with the grandparents in Italy, thank God. And I land. I am in the cab to get into the home in Paris, our apartment, and Ricardo is calling me. And I'm like, oh, that's weird that he's calling me because he's super busy. So I answer and he's like, okay, mon amour, I have a good news and a bad news. The bad news is that the neighbor sent me the picture of our door and it's completely destroyed. The good news is I don't think anyone got in because the door is still closed. So I'm like, okay, I'm literally 1 minute away from our home. I'm with Andy and I'm like, okay. So I received the picture, I looked at the picture of our door and our door is literally like destroyed. Like you can tell they really tried to break in, but yeah, it's closed. So I don't know. I think, okay, they might have tried to break in, but they didn't manage to do it, no? So I'm like, okay, and he's like, okay, stay there. I'm gonna go upstairs with the key and I'm gonna try to open. We're on a video call. So he's getting there and he's trying to open with the key and it's not opening. Like the door they like smashed it so much that it's not even opening with the keys anymore. So I'm like, okay, and we have a back door, okay? We have two doors. And I'm like, okay, so I go to the neighbor in the meanwhile and he's going by the back door. We're still on the video call, so the neighbor is telling me that they arrived like the night before and they saw the door like this, they were away, and as soon as they saw the door, they sent it and blah blah blah. So at this point, I'm still on a video call with Andy and he's entering by the back door, and when he's entering here, he's seeing like the entrance completely upside down and smashed and all the lights on. So he's like immediately coming out, very freaked out because he don't know if there is people inside or not. So he's like going down, super panicked, meet me at the neighbor house. So then I understood that they actually broke in. So I called the police straight away and I wait for them to come in at my neighbor's place. And at this moment, like Ricky was sure that no one's got in, so I'm texting him like, oh my god, okay, I think they got in, but I haven't been to the home yet. I called the police, I'm waiting for them, blah blah blah. The police arrive, they get into our home, they make sure no one is there, and after like, I don't know, 15 minutes I can finally get in, and when I get in, it's like crazy. So I don't know how can I like make you picture the situation, but it's literally like a tornado came into the home. So what we know is that they broke in by my son's window. So just the thought of it is insane. Like, I'm just gonna say that the only thing that makes me really happy is that no one was there, obviously. The second thing that makes me really happy is that my kids, especially Romeo, didn't have to see the house like that and live with that trauma. So these are the two most important things at the end of the day. But yeah, they broke in the night before I arrived from Romeo's bedroom. We are on the 5th floor in the center of Paris. And they basically turned our home upside down. So they threw away our mattress, looked in every possible place in the house. They surely did it at night because they had to turn off all the lights and let them like this. And there's lots of natural light in my home, so there's no need to turn any light on if it's not dark time. And they took their time because like every little thing has been open. They destroyed our radiators. Like I think they were looking for like a safe or like something hidden. Like I had like a vintage lamp that was in Paris that was packed. So you know, it was packed with like papers and plastic, like very well packed. And they took the time to open this shitty paper box and all the plastic and check what was inside, and they literally like opened the lamp, and probably when they realized it was only that, then left it on the sofa. They completely put out everything that was in our wardrobe. Like everything was on the floor. They opened every wardrobe, like every box, like everything that is possible they did open. So they had and took their time, because you can clearly tell that this is not a job of like an hour. Like they really must have took their time. That's it. So basically I enter and I saw doors like this. I was a bit in shock. Then I spent a few hours with the police for the time for them to decide which kind of police were gonna come. And then when the second police came around, it was like scientific police, so they came to take the prints and pictures, and they were like, oh my god, I rarely see a house so upside down in my career. And I was like, yeah, like probably, because that looks insane. So they took like 2 hours to literally like get in every detail. We saw some videos of someone coming out with my luggage. So we have that, we have the hour. There's lots of things that we have and that they're working on at the moment. They left some things too, like on location. So it's been like they're analyzing it to recover like the prints and all of that. Obviously I couldn't touch anything in the house because of the prints and all of this stuff. So I basically stayed there the whole time, answered to all the questions. And then I left for my jobs, because it was like they already took away from me like my feeling of safety and some personal belongings. They're not gonna take this too. So I literally like jumped in a car, went to the 2 jobs. Then the next day I flew to Cannes, did the Festival de Cannes, did everything, and then drove back to Italy and like spent the weekend like realizing how I feel. I've been having nightmares every night since this happened. Just the feeling of safety, you know, just the idea that someone got in a place that was a sanctuary, like so like safe and calm into my eyes and earth, and also like sacred, because it's where my family is. The idea that it's has been violated has been haunting me, like during my sleep. So during the day I'll be thinking about it, but I'll be okay. But when I'm falling asleep, it's like coming out. So obviously I'm going back to Paris. We are gonna empty what's left and we are gonna see what we are gonna do. But probably we're gonna leave the house, to be honest. There's no way I'm gonna sleep in this house again. Neither my kid, neither like anyone. Obviously the day that I was in Paris and that arrived, and I went to an hotel. What I want to say is I'm gonna give you a few information that the police gave me, and hopefully that this is gonna be helpful for you. First of all, they told me that most of the break-in are from the window. So you think you have like this big ass door, super safe, that we have. That is super safe because they couldn't break in. But most of the time they break in by the windows. And it doesn't matter how high it is, it doesn't matter all of this. Even if you are on the top of the floor, they're gonna find a way to get in. They climb, they pass by the roof, like they're very prepared. So keep your windows safe. If you can, put some bars. Like us, we are in Paris, so we are in a Haussmannian building. So there are things that you cannot do. Like you cannot decide to put bars on your windows because you have to respect like some things. But if you're in a private home and you can decide those things, do it. So try to lock in your windows. Another thing that I'm going to tell you is that don't keep anything at home that is valuable. You know, I work with lots of like luxury brands. So I'm like working with Audemars Piguet, I'm working with Hermes, I'm working with those brands. So obviously I know that this is like catching an eye also because we have this luxurious lifestyle and we share so much and everything is like very, you know, genuine. So we don't really think about this kind of stuff. So obviously you kind of have a target on your back the second that you are showing off like objects that have such value, and especially on a resale market. It's small, it's tiny, it's easy to take, and you're gonna get a lot of money from it if you sell it. So we never had a safe in our home, and I think they've been looking for that. We never had a safe in our home. With Ricardo, the few things that we have, we always put it in a safe in our bank. So we never kept in our home like jewels or watches or things like that. And I know that when I posted that on Instagram, like some people are like, oh yeah, but it's so sad because then you're never gonna wear it. And it's true. And at the end of the day, we never wear those stuff. Like we wear watches that we are given for the event by the brand, but they are not ours. And we never wear things that belong to us because everything is at the bank. And to be really honest, like after what happened, I think I'm probably gonna sell lots of the things that I own because I don't want to have like this kind of fear in me. I realized that the fear of like safety and like any kind of trauma for me and my kids is just like unbearable, and there's not an item in the world that is worth that. So what I did is that I personally decided to not keep anything of value in my home. So this weekend I got rid of everything that I have. So I got rid of the bags, I got rid of the few little jewels that I had here and there. Even if it's not like crazy value, I was like, I just don't even want that. I literally took out everything, like vintage clothes that I might love, like all the bags, everything is out of my home the second I'm speaking about it now. I am gonna sell a lot of this during the next weeks because I don't want to have anything with value anymore. Like I'm just gonna keep one or two pieces that I'm gonna pass on to Charlotte and Romeo, and the rest is just gonna be sold because it freaked me out way too much. And honestly, I don't think that I want to have any kind of object if this means that I need to be scared for my safety and for the safety of my kids. Like it's literally not worth it, and I don't want to live with a target on my back. So yeah, that's what I did. That's what it made me do. I'm not gonna speak about what I lost in what they robbed and everything because it honestly doesn't matter to me. They did took some stuff, obviously. I had left some stuff in Paris, lots of stuff, like winter stuff, like bags, things like that, future worlds, things like this. But like, to be really honest, I don't really care. Like the things that I care the most is that we were not there. And I'm like, thankfully they didn't do it like the night that I was supposed to sleep there. Also because, you know, I'm not posting in real time on Instagram, so you can never really know where I am. And so they probably would have believed that I was away because I would not have said that I was in Paris that day. I would have said the day after or the day after. This is how I do things. So no one can really know where I am during the right moment, which is a good thing and a bad thing because maybe they think you're not there and at the end of the day you're there, or maybe they want to catch you and at the end you're not there. Anyway, so yeah, So I don't know, some will say that maybe I'm a bit paranoid, but this is what I've been doing. I know it's a bit extreme, but this is it. I want to be free of like any kind of fear that is related to safety, especially because of things, you know. And I worked to get those things. They were not given to me, and the only reason like I'm keeping some of them and I kept all of them like for those years was just too ID to pass it on to Charlotte and Romeo. But I just realized when this happened that maybe I'm just gonna keep on doing that, and one day someone is gonna take everything from me, and I'm gonna have like put all of this money aside for something that is not gonna go to them. So, you know, it's taking space and it's making me feel insecure, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. It's a bit ironic because I built my dream wardrobe and I had all of this space, and now it's all empty basically. You know, I was complaining that I didn't have space in my wardrobe. Now I have space in my wardrobe, and yeah, that's it. That's what we are now, and I will keep you posted on what's happening. Probably, maybe, I don't know, I don't even sure I even want to talk about this anymore. I just want to leave it to the past and move on. But yeah, I'm done. I'm done with the collecting and the Hermes and the watches and all of that. I'm done. So that's it. I want to live a life that is serene. So, and I would not go back to Paris. I would not go back living in Paris for sure after that. Also because when it happened to me and I called the police, they told me like it's happening every day. And when I called the guy to change the locks, he told me that it happened to his brother and his family was there. And they told to the father that has his 16 years old daughter in the house with him, that if he was not listening to what they were saying, they were gonna rape his daughter in front of him. And just the thought of that, my friend, I think it's so incredibly traumatic and it's not worth it. So that's it. I am done. I am done. This is surely gonna make me save money, and that's a good thing because after the renovation of the house, I'm broke. So probably it's coming at the right time. Apart from the jokes, yeah, I'm just really grateful that everyone is safe, and I hope that this can help you in a way or another. I hope that this can help you to keep yourself and your home safe and keep things precious out of your home, and make sure that your windows are secure because they do get in from the windows and not from the doors. So yeah, voilà. Love you.